Hello everyone, and it is Thursday. We are halfway through the Mental Health Awareness Week Readathon, and I just thought today I would share with you my progress so far and also talk to you a little bit about my experience with mental health. So first, I finished one book on Tuesday, and that is Skinny by I.B. Kaslik, and I really enjoyed this one. It was a lot more complex and a lot deeper than I expected it to be, but I think it gives a really good, genuine example of an eating disorder. I'll talk more about that in my wrap-up. Right now, I am halfway through 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, and I'm really enjoying this. I know it's a serious topic of suicide, but it is really a fun book, kind of the adventure of uncovering everything that has happened to this character, and I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm pretty sure I will be able to finish it by the end of today, if not tomorrow. And then after that, I plan to read Prozac Nation by Elizabeth Wurtzel, because I think this will be the best example of mental health because it is a memoir, and I want to make sure that I get it done during this week because it's a really important book to read during this week. Now I'm going to share with you a little bit about my experience with mental health and how books come into play with that. As I mentioned in my last video, I have got both depression and anxiety, specifically social anxiety. I kind of self-diagnosed both of those when I was a teenager because there wasn't really a way for me to actually be told, yes, you have this, other than going to a doctor, and I didn't want to do that. And in a way, it is better to self-diagnose because you know exactly how you're feeling and what is going on in your brain. So social anxiety I've had pretty much all of my life post preschool. Elementary school it wasn't so bad, but as I got into middle school, high school, and after, it's just been very bad. In high school, when I looked up the symptoms of social anxiety, I was like, oh my god, I actually have a thing. This is not normal to be so nervous about people and being around people, talking to people, and all this different kind of stuff. And then depression I've had since maybe middle school. Kind of feel like I probably did a little and didn't realize it at the time. Definitely through high school it got really bad. 10th grade was absolutely my worst year. I was so depressed. Sometimes it's seasonal with like winter and stuff. I'll get really depressed during the winter. Sometimes it's situational, such as, being in high school, the social anxiety, and that just helped make me more depressed. Right now, I am pretty depressed, even though I'm very good at hiding it and I act like I am not around people, but that's just a way of me trying to deal with it, I guess. Like I said, it's sometimes situational, and right now things are not very going good in my life. That really brings me down a lot. For me, social anxiety feels like fear, sweating, shaking, not wanting to be around people, not wanting to talk to people. This just like the butterfly feeling, but in a bad way, like they're eating your guts out. It varies. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's not as bad. And I'm gonna be honest right now, I started taking a medication for both of these things last spring, I think, and it definitely has helped me with my social anxiety, and I've been able to do a lot of things. And I also think that doing these things like so far out of my comfort zone that they didn't even register before, but like realizing that I had to do them, and I did it, and I think that's helped me a lot. And I'm pretty much don't have social anxiety so much anymore, but I still do a little bit. Talking on the phone is one of those things I just can't freaking do. Like, I can do it, but I get so nervous. Depression, on the other hand, is dark. It feels like this just sadness. You don't want to do anything. You don't even want to do the things you enjoy. And there's only some things that you can do. I can relate it to a book, though. I started reading, it's kind of a funny story, and I had to stop reading that because I related so much to that character with my depression and stuff. I would recommend reading that book if you don't have depression or would like to learn more about it, because for me, I really related to that character a lot. Also, The Bell Jar is a good one. When I am depressed, sometimes I haven't been able to read books. That's why I got this huge reading slump over the summer into the winter and then until March, pretty much. I wasn't able to focus. I just could not focus. Sometimes books make me depressed even more because I relate to the characters or I relate something to my life. I'm going to be talking more about that in a reading slump video that I make. This time I've pretty much only been able to read and write a little bit. I've been using books to separate myself from my life, to escape from it. I know that's like overall not a good thing, but it's helping me at least a little bit. It's giving me something to look forward to in my days. Same with BookTube. Making videos has honestly helped me, just made me feel like I'm doing something with my life. Even though it's so small and probably insignificant, at least I'm just doing something that I enjoy doing, and I'm able to actually do it, because a lot of things also, even if I enjoy doing it, I just won't be able to. I have not been able to draw for months, and that is something that used to help me a lot. Honestly, for me, it changes not even day by day, it changes moment by moment. Something could trigger me, or maybe nothing will trigger me, and I'll just feel the depression coming on. At night it gets a lot worse and I get really like mad at myself and just upset. Also, as I mentioned in my last video, I have a lot of family members, some friends who also have depression and anxiety. Sometimes that's honestly a lot harder for me. Sometimes that will make me depressed. If one of them is depressed, then I'll be depressed, and it's been like that honestly for a while. I don't want to get too specific because I really don't like talking about it. I hope that would clarify a little bit with you what it's like to have social anxiety and depression. For me anyway, that is my personal experience. It's kind of something that we're almost taught to feel ashamed of, to feel like it's not a real thing. A lot of ignorant people believe that mental health issues are not a real thing, but they actually are, and they're there. We have to start to recognize when they're there, but we also have to not feel so ashamed about having them, about taking medicine to help ourselves, because it's just so important to take care of yourself in any way possible. That is all I have to say for this video. I'm excited to get back to reading and to continue on with this readathon. I'm thinking I'll probably do a wrap-up on Sunday or Monday. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next. Bye!